We're back, guys. What's going on? Welcome in. Y'all know how I gotta do.
Welcome.
Make sure. See, and I'm looking at the screen here, and I don't know exactly all the delay stuff is what's killing. We're back, guys. Yeah. Yep. So I can hear myself on the TV, so I'm good there. All right. So we had some time off, a couple weeks. I'm gonna say welcome everybody. We got a Raiders fan over on TikTok.
Raiders.
Yeah. So, but it's been a couple of weeks. A few things have happened out in the NFL sphere, I guess. I don't know. And we also, like I was we were talking before, we are on TikTok. We are on YouTube. We are on Twitch. We are on Kick. What's up, everybody?
Hello to all.
And we will try to keep everybody up as long as possible. If things go south, I'm sorry. We're gonna try it out and see what's going on. So it's been some time off, man. How have you been? We're still waiting on Big O, by the way, and I haven't heard from him today.
Okay.
I've actually not heard anything from him today. So there's the crawlers. I hear the crawlers again. Did you not hear him? You don't hear him, do you?
No.
Yep, I hear
it. May have just been my chair. I don't know.
No, but we'll deal with whatever we got to deal with. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's desktop audio. I was gonna say, can I hear myself here? Hold on one second. I do want to check.
I can hear myself.
That's desktop audio. Hold on one second. Let's go back to that. Yep, I can hear me. I do hear the crawlers. But my volume is up, so I'm all right, I guess. And now they're gone. Heard it, no, there it is again, and then it was. However, we'll deal with them. We're gonna deal with them. Oh, now it's getting louder.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
It's real low, and then it gets real high. Whoever's out there listening, let me know if y'all hear some little crawlers, I guess is basically what I mean. I don't even, I mean? I don't know what to call it. But, so, speaking of which, I mean, we just had Memorial Day. I also, wait. The first thing I want to do is, I know we had talked about doing a movie review, and we didn't do that. We were having some issues here and there. We will come back to that, and of course, invite all of you all to it. But we'll come back to it. We will regroup, get that together in the end. Find a movie that everyone can enjoy. I think that's got to be part of it too. I will say this, and I'll say this: we were talking about the Vernon John story. I still think it's a very good movie. I think everyone should watch it, and but we'll do what we can there. I also want to say congratulations to all graduates. that was one of the other things for us. Why I take so much time off, because my son's school, they have like a whole week of stuff, like every night, and it was like my wife was like, "No, you just no, you can't do it. You're not. You have to be there." But of course they have, the sports teams, the sports have their banquet. So it was, like I said, it was a full week of stuff, and so couldn't get that in. So we were back on that, and but all in all, pretty good week. Because his graduation was on Friday, which is odd.
Okay.
It's odd to on that day, but it was Friday, so I basically had a 4-day weekend as opposed to the 3-day weekend, which was, was really nice. And just about overslept getting up this morning, going back to work. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, it was just too much time. That's exactly what it was. So, your time away was?
Yeah, it was good. Let's see. I think that was right before we took time off. I had my anniversary. Last week, my daughter graduated 8th grade, so she'll be a freshman this coming year.
All right.
And of course, this past weekend was Memorial Day, so we went over my father's. He cooked out some ribs and some sausages, chicken, hamburgers.
Oh God,
stuff like that. Yeah. And was it yesterday? Yesterday was my sister's anniversary, so happy anniversary, my sister.
Is it the sister I know?
Yes, the sister and your boy. Yes.
You know what? I had no idea. And I don't look on Facebook to check those things. I don't know if they would actually put that out there. But I don't know.
My sister might. I doubt if. I don't think your boy is on Facebook, so he doesn't do that.
Yeah, I know he's not.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I know he's not on Facebook. It's but usually your sister posts some things here and there.
Yep.
And so, but yeah, well, happy anniversary to them. It's crazy to me to think that I'll just say we all have been married as long as we have been. I put it that way. It's kind of crazy, but all of that. Big said, Big O's still not here. I guess I'm expecting him not to join us at this point. That being said, we had during our time off a retirement of is it Derek Carr?
Yes.
Okay, because his brother is what, David
Carr.
Yeah.
David Carr.
So. Yeah, I guess I'm showing my age with that one, but still. So he retired. He's due to injury. He retired. And my first thing, and I know since there've been interviews and all this kind of stuff, but my first thing was, Aaron Rodgers is going to New Orleans. That was the thing that I thought initially, and I know they have your guy. What is his name? Is it
Rattler.
What's his name? Rattler.
Spencer Rattler, yeah.
Spencer Rattler. And then they drafted the oldest rookie or whatever.
Shaw. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but Shaw. SHOUGH or something like that.
Yeah. So, but then I was like, but that's where he's going. And then, of course, a couple of days ago, I heard, I guess, a clip of the interview where it was where he said he was not going to go to New Orleans. Didn't say the same about Pittsburgh, but basically said, no, I'm not going to New Orleans, which is interesting. So
do we even know if they reached out to him? I'm sure they did.
I mean,
I
I'm
hadn't
sure
heard anything.
I'm sure somebody said something to someone. What I'm thinking at this point, and I heard somebody else say it this morning, is that he's got some sort of like a handshake deal with Pittsburgh,
Right.
where he's just like, look, I don't
I'll
want to
show up on my
do
shoulder.
what is it, OTAs. I don't want
Right.
to do any mini camps. And thanks for the likes. I appreciate that, Jason. And so, he doesn't want to do any of that.
Right.
So he is just like, look, I will be there when the season starts. That way, we can't fine him. You can't do any of that kind of stuff because he's not technically
Right.
on the
He's not
team.
technically on the team yet. Right.
And so he can like not show up and then, then just show up. Which I still, in the pre-roll, and I know a lot of folks don't watch it, but on the pre-roll, I have the Steelers thrown in the towel, basically. Because this just doesn't make sense to me. To not at all have your starting quarterback or the guy you want to be your starting quarterback not show up for anything. I mean, how do you build that if that's the case?
There's no wide receiver quarterback rapport. So, I mean, he has been throwing with Metcalf beforehand. So that's about all he's really done. At least all I've heard of.
That's the only thing I've heard of too, is that they've worked out a little bit.
Right.
But still, he's not, I mean, that's not the only guy you need to build some rapport with.
Right.
You got an offensive line. They need to hear the cadence. I mean, it's all kind of stuff going on. And the other part of it is that you're gonna do it this way, and then all of a sudden you're gonna say, it's not my fault that we're not winning.
What? He's quick to pass the buck.
Yeah. It's like, I can't. I mean, dude, if you are going to be on the team, just be on the team. I mean, it's just be on the team. It's not hard. So yeah, I don't know. That's my expectation at this point, is that Aaron Rodgers will be there, but they're still going to not be good. And I mean, Steelers fans, if you're out there, you got comments about it, let me know. But I really can't see how you would have a playoff type season. And I'm just going to say playoffs. I'm not even going to say just playoffs.
Right.
Without your starting quarterback actually being he's not on the team. And he doesn't want to be on the team right now. And I know he's an older dude and he's a good quarterback. And, it's Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, he's a good quarterback. At least his history says that he is.
Right.
So I get that part of it. But, right. But if it's like, it's not a thing where you're coming back to your same team. It's like, it's a whole new team.
It's a new team. Exactly.
I still, the other thing I can't see is him and Tomlinson getting along. It just doesn't, that just doesn't seem to mesh to me. Those two guys. Yeah. I can't see it. So there was, yeah. So let's see. I got the book. The book is out today. I was up till like after midnight, which is late for me, writing some stuff. But I forgot that I had written some stuff before, because I knew we were going to be off for a minute. Because one of the other big things that happened, of course, is that Brock Purdy got his deal.
Got paid, yep.
And I mean, highest paid San Francisco player. How did that go? How did they put? Let's see, new deal. Yeah, highest paid player in franchise history.
Really?
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Brock Purdy. And I don't know, man. I don't see it. I don't see it. And here's the thing. It's not that I don't like Brock Purdy. I actually do like Brock Purdy. I like this. I love the story. I get it. But I am definitely nervous, I will say, that because of what they're going to end up giving up, it's just not going to be good for him. Now, I would love to see him just be like, you know what? Nope, I'm a great quarterback, and you know, I'm ready to run. But I don't see it. What you think?
I think they'll be okay, only because, well, offensively they'll be okay. They gave up too much for defense, but offensively they still have. I mean, the only thing that really lost was Debo.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as McCaffrey is still is healthy again, I won't say still is healthy again, and their left tackle is healthy again, I think they will be fine, because he is. I'll call him a system quarterback. In that system, he is good, and they still have. I said if they have McCaffrey, if he's healthy, they still have Kittle. They
signed Ayuk. Kittle. They re-signed Kittle.
Right. They still have Ayuk.
I think they're going to lose Ayuk.
You think so?
I think so. I think they're going to now. Ayuk, I think right now is not healthy. I believe.
Not healthy. Okay. Well, that may be a different issue, but they still have Pearsall and they still have
Johnson. Is it Johnson? Jennings.
Yeah.
They have some good young guys. Pearsall comes up in another conversation I want to have a little later, but yeah.
Okay.
They have, but they do have some good pieces.
If everybody is healthy, I think they will be okay. Like you said, Ayuk is still a question mark, so maybe not. But I think the other receivers stepped up enough last year to where if they still have Kittle and McCaffrey is back healthy, they will be okay.
Hold up, I'm gonna go look
offensively.
Yes, offensively. The thing was that the one thing that, like I said, the one thing I noticed last season is that if a guy was hurt,
right,
just
that's why I said
a guy, just
if healthy,
guy, then there was a problem. Let's see.
So it was particular guys. That's why I said his left tackle as well. If his left tackle is healthy and McCaffrey's healthy, I think they will be fine.
Yeah, so right now...
That's why I say he's a system quarterback. If that system breaks down, he's going to have
problems. He loses out. Brandon Ayuk right now is listed as questionable. What's up? What's that? Robin? What's going on? Yeah, he's listed as questionable right now. And I don't, they don't really say, at least what I'm looking at, they don't say exactly what his issue is. Let's see, news. Let's see. Yeah, it says, okay. Ayuk trade unlikely barring late change. That's
if he's still not healthy, I don't see them trading him. So he may come limping into the season. He may not be a factor till later on into the season.
When did he get hurt last year? Because I'm looking at one of the headlines under his name, and of course it's 49ers, Ayuk tears ACL, MCL.
Yeah, it had to be the latter part of the season, I think.
Yeah, so he's likely to not start the season.
Okay. I didn't know it was that bad.
So that's what I'm thinking. So, yeah. I don't know exactly when that was. Yep, I'm not sure when that was. I can't find it, readily find it here. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's the whole thing. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's YouTube TV for $60, dude. I'm looking here, and I saw YouTube, and I know I'm under football. I was like, "Is that the ticket for $60? Hold on a second."
It's like buy it right now. Hold on.
Yeah, it's like I'm hold everything. It's like got to get him this second. Got to get that. But yeah, I don't see anything different here yet. So
let's see. Oh, other news. I'm a Colts fan, so Jim Irsay, the owner, he did pass. He died while we were out. Yes. And I believe his daughter is taking over operations. And also, I heard, I need to look more into it, but Peyton Manning is supposed to be like co-owner, co-something, co-CEO or something.
Really?
I just saw a glimpse of an article like a couple days ago. I really didn't get a chance to read it. Mm-hmm. But
that's... See, here's the one thing that I don't understand about NFL owners, or I guess maybe it's minority owners, because Brady is a part. Is he? I'm assuming he's a minority owner of the Raiders.
The Raiders,
correct? Yeah. So that allows him still, I guess, to work as a commentator for the NFL.
Right. He has some restrictions, though.
Okay. Because I was going to say, is he allowed to actually call his games? But then it's not really about calling your games in as much as it would be
other teams.
Yeah, what you could talk about.
Right.
Because you could put information out there that influences how somebody, what somebody thinks about a guy that you want to pick up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
don't know how much access. Well, I don't know how much he's allowed to do as far as what you're talking about, but I know they have he has limited access as far as interviews and when he's calling a game at a certain facility, how much access he has to that facility or their practices or stuff like that. So yeah, that was a thing that came up last year. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, practices.
Yeah.
So he has limited access. About that with the Patriots, huh?
Yeah, he has limited access.
Oh man. Yeah. So that being said, the same thing with, I'm sure Peyton is like, you know what? If I can get in, I want to be in. And I ain't mad at you for doing that. That's just good business. Because, excuse me, NFL is not going anywhere.
Not anytime soon.
So, if you can get in, you got to get in.
And he's indie royalty, so.
Yep,
I'm sure
exactly.
Roll the red carpet out.
So yeah, that works. That's cool. Also, while we were away, the Dallas Cowboys got a new wide receiver. So George Pickens, of course, was traded from Pittsburgh to Dallas. Now, again, from my standpoint, the news about George Pickens being traded from Pittsburgh is, I just don't understand what Pittsburgh's doing. Now, if he was, I'll say it, a cancer in the locker room, and they, he didn't want to be there, they didn't want him there. Okay, then you do what you got to do on that.
Right.
But again, and we went through this earlier about Rodgers going, but why do you pick up DK Metcalf? It's like you just trade it. It's like, we only need one. You know what I mean?
That's what it seems like, yeah.
It's like, because it was really exciting when it was going to be DK and George.
I thought so.
But now it's just DK. I'm like, dude, he's got to be salty, right? I mean, I'm like, I don't understand.
Actually, I don't even know if he's that salty because if you think about it, when they were like meeting up and throwing, you never heard news about him throwing with Pickens.
That's true.
It was always Metcalf.
Yep.
So maybe somebody saw the writing on the wall, or I don't know.
Well, the thing is that part of what I heard was that infamous soul. What's going on? The other thing that I heard was that he wanted out. Like he wanted out. Nothing much, cuz. I forgot. Are you a Cowboys fan? Because I think we about to start talking about a little bit of these Cowboys in a second for a very short period of time.
No, we're touching on that.
No, my cousin is in the TikTok chat.
Oh, okay.
But I don't really, like I said, my whole thing is that Pittsburgh seemed to be up on the wow, and just like that, Xbox said, nope, I'm disconnecting.
Okay.
But anyway, they see, and that distracted me. Pittsburgh seemed like they were on the upswing, and they knew exactly what they were doing because they got rid of Russ, they let Justin walk, and it was like, okay, good, cool. You understand, you know what you're doing, you got a plan. Then you got DK, and I'm like, for sure, you got a plan.
You have a plan.
And now it seems as if there's no plan. There's no plan. And I hate that. I mean, even if we go back to the draft.
Did they draft a running back?
Who's that? Steelers?
Pittsburgh, yeah. Because what's his name? Najee is gone, right?
Najee is with the Chargers.
Right. So did they draft another running back for to go with what's his name? Warren
Okay. Hold on a second. I have to inform you about this because apparently my cousin dropped his affiliation with the Colts. He dropped it, and this is the way his brother is telling me, and he's going with the Saints this year. I don't understand.
Just the wrong time.
Yes, I don't get it.
To do that. I mean, the Colts quarterback situation is not great, but
it's not great. But you're going to jump to the Saints? He said he made the announcement last night.
Okay, that was the wrong time to make it. I don't know what brought that on, but okay.
And here's the thing: it's not like, you know what? I'd feel better if he said it like at the end of last season. Like at the end of last season, he was like, "Yep, that's it. I'm going with the Saints. I'm done with the Colts." But he said he made the announcement last night. It's like, what did you know that
last
I don't?
Night makes no sense. Yeah, you got some inside
like, what do you see in New Orleans that you're like, you know what? He said, I don't know where that came from.
That's left field.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Nah, not at all.
It feels like he knows something I don't know because I just don't get it. He said he's standing on business about the Saints. Okay. All right.
They'll be lucky to win 4 games.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't get it.
I'll have to look at the schedule.
You gonna look at the schedule?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You know, they play Atlanta twice. They play
the Bucks twice.
They play the Bucks twice. I'm the Bucks. Well, I think all 4 of those are losses, right?
I would think so. I mean, the only thing the Saints have is a halfway decent defense, and they're old. So I don't know.
And the Panthers are
getting better.
Yeah, they're on the come up.
So that could also be 2 losses.
So
they could be
here's the thing:
0-6 in their division.
even if you give them a split with Carolina, that's 5 losses right there.
I would think so. Yes.
You pulling up the schedule?
Yeah. Saints.
Yeah. Let me see.
All right, so that's preseason, more games. So we got, where are we at here? All right, so we got Chargers,
Loss.
Broncos, loss.
Loss.
49ers, loss.
Loss.
Bills, loss.
Loss.
Patriots, probably a loss.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with loss.
Bucks, loss.
Yeah.
Panthers.
Give them one, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if that's in Panthers.
Yeah,
or,
give them the home game, whichever one is the home game.
All right, so Dolphins.
Hmm.
What do you think? You think I have a chance against the Dolphins?
I don't really think so because the Dolphins are. Yeah, and I don't really think so.
So this is the other Panthers. So right now they're 1 and I don't know what it is. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're 1 and 5.
Wait a minute.
And then we got the Titans. Hey, Titans.
It's gonna be questionable.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm still gonna call it a loss because, I mean, I'm going with Cam Ward is gonna be all world, but I am a fan, so it's just.
So when do you think Cam Ward will kick in? Like when he's hitting his groove? Like how many games in do you think it'll take?
I haven't even. You know what? I haven't even looked at the schedule. You know what? Let's look at the Titans schedule.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to finish going over the Saints.
Yeah,
they got the Cardinals.
Cardinals. That's a loss. You know what? Here's the thing. As presently constituted, let's put it that way. That's a loss. I'll say it that way.
That's a loss. Okay. Seahawks.
Same thing. Loss.
Giants. That's a loss.
I want to find some. You know what's funny? The thing is that I'm feeling at this point now I want to find a win. Like it's like, dude. But
I don't think they're gonna. The way we're looking at it, they may have one win.
Right.
They have. Let's see. Giants have said it was a loss. That's a possible toss-up, but I'll say loss. Bears. I think that's a loss. Rams. I think that's a loss. Back to the Falcons again. Falcons is going to sweep them, so that's a loss. Bucks again. That's a loss. Jets. And this is
Nope, that's a loss.
That's a loss.
Yes.
And Falcons. Oh, this is the second Falcons. I didn't say Falcons early. So last game is the second Falcons game, and that's the loss. You said 2 losses.
2 losses from them.
So their only hope is the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Dolphins, but I don't see it.
Well, see, here's the thing, and I feel like I'm looking at the right schedule. They don't play the Titans until December.
Yeah, I was looking actually in the wrong, because I was looking at a column, but it's actually going back and forth side to side. So yeah, they don't play the Titans till the end of the season. It's like next to the last game.
Yeah.
So I kind of set them out of order, but yeah, that's.
But still,
I see about 2 wins tops.
That's what's interesting about that. What does that do? 2 wins for the Saints sets them up to get the quarterback they want, or to choose.
And I actually like Rattler. And I still don't.
Yeah.
One, I don't think they're going to start him, which will be the issue. Unless they have a true quarterback competition, I don't think they're going to start Rattler. I think they're going to pressure themselves to start Shaw, unless they trade for somebody.
So yeah, well, that was about to be my question. Do you think they're going to start the season with just those two guys? I don't know who else is on their roster.
They have a third guy. I can't remember his name.
Okay,
but I think he's after both of them. So
yeah. So the question becomes: one, do you feel like the Saints would try to bring in? Let's just call it a veteran.
There's only one person they can bring in. If Aaron has put his foot down and said, "I'm not going," there's only one other person out there
Kirk
that
Cousins?
I can think of. Yes, unless I take that back. There is one other person, because I could see somebody getting dropped from either the Steelers or New York. So whoever gets dropped from one of them, they can take.
Cleveland. Cleveland's
not Steelers.
Yeah.
Cleveland. That's what I meant.
Cleveland, yes. Yeah. Because you got Flacco and
Pickett. One of those two is leaving. I guarantee it.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure both of their rookies are going to look decent enough to keep, and they're going to get rid of one of the other two.
I do keep hearing people. Well, I see little articles here and there about dropping. Ready, Red? What's going on, buddy? About them dropping Shador, which I can't call it, man. That just doesn't make any sense to me. I feel Shador Sanders. You say what you will. You got him in the 5th round. Right? I mean, you got him in the 5th round. So he was projected to be a 1st round pick.
At the very latest, an early 2nd round pick.
Right. So if that was his projection, he can be a starter in this league. You got him in the 5th. So you got a crazy value.
Steal. Yes, that's a steal.
So you keep him. I mean, even if you sit him all year, he's still going to be good. He's going to be a good quarterback. So you just hold on to him. It makes no sense to cut him. And people who are saying that, and I don't, like I said, I don't even really see what you would say about, how do I put it? Him just not living up to whatever. He's a 5th round pick. I mean, right. You know what I mean? It's like you can go either way with it. Thanks for the like, Ready. And so you can go either way with it. It's you gotta. That guy's on the team. I don't care. He's on the team.
He would have to be. I'll say this. If they are stupid enough to let him go, the Saints will get him, start him, and their wins will go up.
So
all these games that we're questioning, they'll start winning those games.
They won't be questionable anymore. Here's the other thing now. When we talk about dropping Shador Sanders by Cleveland.
I haven't heard that, by the way, but
I saw an article, and again, you know what? I'm going to learn the name of these guys that I keep getting articles from that I hate, that I absolutely hate.
Oh, is it one of those that?
It could,
items.
It's always that. It is always that, because soon as you click in and say, "Oh, it's a proposal," forget your proposals, dude. Come with the facts, or just be an opinion, and stop telling me it's a proposal. There is no proposal for that. However, if by chance they're crazy enough to do it, there are 2 things here. I mean, I know Pittsburgh did not draft him when they could have, which I really don't understand. I don't. In fact, since the fact that they needed a quarterback. However, this whole thing, unless Aaron Rodgers shows up, this feels like a setup to get Tomlin gone.
Nah.
I just don't understand. It's like, because the one thing that everybody says about Tomlin is, of course, he's never had a losing season.
Right.
As long as he's been there, he has never had a losing season.
That's true.
And so, but the way this season is going, I mean, like I said, they've thrown in them towels. It's a wrap.
Just about seems like it.
So then they say, well, he is, I feel like they'd be like, oh, he's lost the locker room. No, he hasn't. But you know what I mean? I feel like they started throwing these little things out there. And I mean, I know that the Rooneys, what if they had three coaches?
They don't fire coaches.
They don't fire coaches. They've had 3, which is like absolutely amazing.
They don't fire coaches.
They don't fire coaches. They've had 3, which is like absolutely amazing. I really hope that, none of this happens. Tomlin should be able to just, walk when he wants to. And, he can do whatever he needs to do.
I think he will. I don't think they're going to fire him.
Well, that's a good one. Okay. But what we didn't talk about was Dallas has, and here's what I had. I said, I had this all written down. One, how does this affect Dak for fantasy purposes? Now, Dak has 2 wide receivers, and
it skyrockets. Yeah.
Oh, man, what's up with the hype? Oh, y'all. Oh, man, my bad. Vamp, what's going on, man? I saw the icons floating on the screen, and I was like, where do those come from? But that's I see you, Vamp. But the thing is that Dak now has 2 guys. They got a rookie running back. They got a good. I think their tight end is nice, right?
Decent, yeah. Schultz, yeah, he's nice. Wait, is it still Schultz?
It's not Schultz. It's
not Schultz.
It's not Schultz.
No, it's not Schultz. Schultz is in with the Texans. Right? It's
Houston.
Yeah, I forgot the tight end's name, but he's still decent.
He's a good
one. Ferguson.
Is it Ferguson?
I think it's Ferguson.
Let's see. I'll find him. Dallas Cowboys depth chart. Yep. Dallas Cowboys depth chart. Jake Ferguson. All that being said, now Dak, I feel like, becomes a commodity. I like Dak anyway, and I know people are, he always hurt, and and girlfriend,
he's healthy,
he's always mad about it. But now,
if he's healthy, he's actually always a fantasy commodity.
Yeah, like you said, he throws for 4,000 yards a season. I don't care what you think about the team. If you play fantasy football, the points right there. I don't care how you look at it. But so the thing is that I feel like Pickens being with the Cowboys now elevates Dak even more. And the other thing the other question about it that I have is, does it bring CeeDee Lamb down any? Do you discount
statistically? It should.
Right.
It should, but I don't think it discounts him that much. I still think he's a viable number 1 wide receiver. like
Yeah,
on your team, not number one overall.
is he like with CeeDee
Still
Lamb
wide
being
receiver one.
he's a wide receiver one. Is he like second best wide receiver in the league? You think?
No.
For fantasy purposes. Jamar Chase is number one. Who's number two?
I think Jefferson. If he stays healthy.
Jefferson. Okay, Jefferson. Okay.
And he may be a number three.
He may be three. Okay. Yeah. I can get with that. I can get that. Man. All right. Oh, yeah, I did. That was it. That was what I was saying. How does it affect Dak for fantasy and, of course, CeeDee Lamb? I agree with you. I don't think – I mean, if you were going to take CeeDee Lamb, you're still going to take CeeDee Lamb. You're not going to not take CeeDee Lamb. But the thing is that I think from me personally, I'm taking a harder look at George Pickens, and I wouldn't have really been thinking about him before. But the thing is that I know enough to know he's a good enough wide receiver, and with CeeDee Lamb on one side of the field, I think he becomes more dangerous.
Right, because he's not the number one anymore.
Right, he's not the number one, but he's got number one skills, right?
Yes.
So, that he's on my list. Let me put it that way. He is on my list. All right.
So outside of fantasy,
right?
Where do you rate now that he has CD and Pickens? Like, where do you rate them as far as wide receiver duos in the league?
Ooh. Because we were saying
Jamar and T. Higgins.
Jamar and Higgins are one.
Or are they one? I was just naming the top ones. I didn't put them at top. This was in no particular order. Because you got AJ Brown and
Devontae
Smith in Philly.
You
got Jefferson and Addison.
Jefferson and Addison. But see, that depends on JJ, right?
Right. I would agree with that.
That depends on JJ.
And Pickens and CD.
Pickens is CD. Wow. Yeah, but I do believe still that Jamar and Higgins would be one.
Number one.
Yeah. Appreciate the likes, Hippie. The other thing though is if we're talking about AJ Brown and Devonta Smith, as far as wide receiver tandems go, I think I don't know. I'm on the fence about them. I actually think that I would put CeeDee Lamb and Pickens in front of them, and here's why. The thing is that I think as far as usage goes, they're going to be, I think, used more. Especially also, what else happened since we've been gone is the Tush push has been approved. So Jalen will still be Jalen and Saquon. They're still going to be a run-heavy team.
A run first,
right?
Run first team.
So not that AJ Brown and Smith they're a bad duo. Of course, they're in the tops of it, but I think given the fact that they're not going to be used as much, like you said, they're one first. So whereas definitely Cincinnati is a pass first team.
What about like Miami, Waddle and Hill? They still got Hill. They didn't get rid of him.
Man, you know what?
Or the Rams, they got Puka and Adams now.
I don't know about that one.
Don't know about that one. Or more underrated, you got in Jacksonville, Thomas
Ooh, yes,
and
Thomas and Hunter.
Hunter. Yep.
Ooh,
Or after the trade, you have not but Seattle. You got Smith and Jigba and Cooper Cup.
yeah. So you were leading me into this other thing I wanted to talk. So
Okay.
so here's here's the thing. I like all of that. Of course, like I said, I'm reading all these articles, or was looking at all these articles, and I came across an article. Basically, it said top 20, and this was for fantasy, top 20 players to avoid, and then of course they also had top 20 players that were like, was it must-haves? Now,
Okay.
the thing is that, shout out Fantasy Pros is where I got the information. But I was looking at this, and there was one thing that caught me on there, and I'm gonna come back to something you said a second ago. But on the avoid list, no, I'm jumping. They had Sam Laporta and David Montgomery. Yes, which was interesting to me. And also on that avoid list was Jared Goff, which tells me that at least on some level they expect Detroit to take a step back.
Okay, well, I see why they're saying that. It's because they lost their offensive coordinator.
Right. So they're saying take a step back. Now, also on the avoid list, and this is why it hit me when you said that, Jackson Smith and Jigba is on the avoid list. And I know it's because of the quarterback. It's like with Sam Donaldson.
Darnold.
Okay. Sorry, Sam Darnold. But I honestly believe that he's going to have a great season. I think that
in Jigba or Darnold?
In Jigba. Okay. I think he's going to show out this year. And I think Cooper Kupp is going to be a big part of that because he's going to open some stuff up for him. Because Cooper Kupp is, again, provided he stays healthy.
He stays healthy, yes.
Right. Provided he stays healthy. He's a great possession guy.
Yeah,
and
he's
so
definitely a technician.
You can't discount him at all. And so given that, I believe JSN, because I don't know how many times I can say in Jigba without screwing it up. But he was, it was like, I really truly believe that he's going to be like a guy. Like, I think like he's going to be somebody I'm hunting down. I give away all of my stuff, but he's going to be somebody I'm probably going to be hunting down. But on the list, you asked about Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is actually on the must-have list.
Really?
Actually, yes, which is crazy to me. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it because he is going to be a safety valve. Yes. Like you said, he is. So I was like, okay, I get that. Also on these lists, Tyreek Hill is on the must-avoid list. Must avoid. Because we're talking about the pairs and stuff like that. I didn't, like I said, I didn't get into the weeds with this stuff, and I didn't really see what the whole Tyreek Hill, avoid Tyreek Hill. But I do keep seeing a lot of articles that say that Tyreek Hill is going to not be with Miami, or he's going to be traded, or he wants out, stuff like that. I keep seeing a lot of that. And
I know he wants out. I didn't think it would happen.
And that's the thing. So it's like, I don't know how that's going to pan out. That would make me nervous. It makes me a little nervous. Let's see, surprising names. You know what? Let me do this. I'm gonna run down the list of avoid. I'm gonna run down the list of avoid, and I'm gonna do it relatively as quickly as I can, I guess. Tyreek Hill, Rashee Rice, Chris Godwin, Baker Mayfield, T.J. Hawkinson, Kyler Murray, Jared Goff, Najee Harris, Nico Collins, Kyron Williams, JSN, Breece Hall, Zay Flowers, Sam Laporta, David Montgomery, Cortland Sutton, Devonta Smith, Chris Olave, and Jordan Addison were the must avoids. And I was like, I
can see why.
You can see why.
Yeah, so, I can see Addison because of change of quarterbacks.
Okay,
I could see
Olave stays hurt. He's hurt, right?
I don't understand. Well, Olave stays hurt. Plus, who's the quarterback in the Saints?
And who's the quarterback? Okay.
So that one I understand.
What about Smith? What about Devontae?
Everybody on Detroit. Devontae Smith, I don't really understand because not really much changed for the offense. So if you liked him last year, I don't know why you don't like him this year. So that one I don't understand. All of Detroit I can understand just because they lost their offensive coordinator. So depending on how their coordinator responds or how he coaches, don't know. So that's a big question mark. I'll put it that way.
Right.
The Jets I don't understand.
Breece Hall.
That I don't understand. Unless it's injuries, I don't understand that.
Now, who else? Do they have two running backs?
They do have another one. I forgot his name.
Let's see.
But they do have another decent one. Unless they trade him, like I said, I don't understand that because they got what's his name?
He was there last year. I remember
another decent one. Unless they trade him, like I said, I don't understand that because they got what's his name?
He was there last year.
Yeah.
Now my internet.
They got Justin Fields, so I would think they would lean.
I think
they would lean on the right thing.
Brandon Allen.
I don't understand.
Braylon Allen.
Allen, yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Braylon Allen, yeah.
Allen.
There's still like a two-headed monster. I still think Breece is the starter.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
He is the starter.
Why to avoid Breece?
I didn't understand Nico Collins.
So I don't understand why you avoid. I didn't understand that either.
I don't get that one. I mean, because and here's the thing to me. If you're saying avoid Nico Collins, to me you're saying avoid Houston. You know what I mean? It's like he's the guy. Like if the guy's not going to be good, who is?
He's the number one. And they still have a pretty strong run game.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only thing that throws their offense out of sync is they let go of their left tackle.
Okay. Yes.
Like a solid left tackle, Laramie Tunsil. Yeah. So that may throw the whole passing game off. Don't know, but I still wouldn't avoid Nico. He's the number one.
I wouldn't either. Nico Collins is a guy that you're gonna get him. You're gonna pick that guy up. I agree with that. I actually do understand Rashee Rice because I think he is still hurt or something like that. So to not really know how he's going to come back from injury. Is he still
going through his legal troubles?
I think so. He's supposed to be suspended or something like that. So I get that one. That one I understand. Don't necessarily it, but I get that one.
I get that one. Yeah.
Chris Godwin is coming off of injury, right? And they have young talent down in Tampa.
Yeah, I understand. And they just drafted a receiver, and they still got Mike Evans. So
And Baker Mayfield. Did you get that one?
That I'm not so sure about. That I don't get.
Because this is
their draft pick pans out.
Yeah. See, this is the same thing I wrote when for Baker, and this was just in my head. I was like, look, if you discount the quarterback, I mean, you pretty much discount the playmakers, right? I mean,
right.
If you, I don't get that. But that was the list. That was Zay Flowers also.
Like I said, Godwin, I kind of understood.
Zay Flowers was another weird.
Yeah, Zay, I don't quite understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I didn't understand. Well, except for, so they did pick up Hopkins, right?
Hopkins. They got Derek Hopkins.
That's the only reason that would halfway make sense. But I still say he's the number one. Even though they don't pass a whole hell of a lot, when they do pass, he's the guy.
What about Denver? Because Cortland Sutton's on here. But I thought like Bo Nix and Cortland Sutton had a thing last year.
Yeah. Right. I don't fully understand that one either, because he's their number one.
Right.
And actually, outside of that, who they have Mims?
Mims.
That's about it.
Who looked good, but I mean, like I said, I feel like
right. But Sutton's still the number one.
Yeah, I feel like they were doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, I don't fully understand that one either.
Man. Okay.
And I actually only see them getting better, so I definitely don't understand.
That's a thing too for me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing for the must-haves. Now, here's the thing about this must-have list. Well, two things. One, they didn't do it the exact same way they did the must-avoid list, and this is the way they did the must-avoid list. I guess it's like 3 guys or something like that, and each of the 3.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm reconnected now. My OBS tricked out for a second. The thing was that they had, it's for this list, the must-have list, it's like they just went and, honestly, it feels like they went and looked at all the rookies and were like, this is all we need. Because, and I'm going to go through, it's, and again, got to remember it's for fantasy football, right? So this is what these, and it's must-haves, but it's not like, it's not necessarily stars. You'll hear it when I start reading the list. Javonte Williams.
I know who's definitely on the list, but go ahead.
Yeah, Javonte Williams, Marshawn Lloyd, Zach Charbonnet, Jalen Wright, Jaden Blue, Cam Scatterboo, Jordan Mason. Okay, Bashul Tutin, running back, Jacksonville. He's a rookie, obviously. Travis Etienne, Najee Harris, Cooper Kupp, Rashid Shaheed, Ricky Pearsall, Khalil Shakur, Matthew Golden, McMillan down in Tampa. McMillan is in Carolina.
Oh, he's with the
Carolina,
yeah.
He's in Carolina. Calvin Ridley.
McMillan's in Carolina.
Yeah, McMillan's in Carolina. Travis Hunter, Darnell Mooney, and then Rome Odunze. Oh man, what happened here? It's like something.
Where's the obvious must-have?
Who's the obvious must-have?
Yeah, we're lagging.
Oh, are we?
Genty.
Oh, yes. He's not on this list. And here's the thing. If you really go down this list, it was a thing. it was like guys that you gotta use for handcuffs, right? Is it a handcuff guy for this team? Is it a handcuff guy for that team? And it was more like that. Because I was reading it, and when actually just getting to Lloyd, I was like, what? It's like must have. It's like, wait a minute. And then, then it was like all these rookies, and I was like, okay. And then I started reading a little bit more, because at first I was like, okay, let me just get the names down. But as I was writing these names, it's like, wait. It's like, I got to read, because I don't really get what's happening.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing something, because I have my. Oh, okay. I see what happened. Okay, I see what happened. Okay, I'm going to close this then. We were kicked from TikTok. Sorry, guys. TikTok kicked us out. All right. However that goes. But this is what happened, because I'm clicking on stuff here. It's like, what is going on over here? But that's fine. But like things like Cam Scatterboo, but they say Cam Scatterboo could be a week one starter.
No.
I don't see that, because here's the thing. The Giants, who was that? What is their running back's name? Tracy. Yes.
That's why I said no. I don't.
I'm like, I don't think Scatterboo's going to walk in and beat out Tracy. I don't really see that, but they did mention that. But yeah, it was all of this. This was the other thing is Jalen Wright is a running back down in Miami. He's a rookie down in Miami. Or no, they say he's a second-year guy. But, they're saying the same sort of thing there. Like I said, a lot of these guys were like running backs, and then they were basically handcuffs. Because, let's see, Dallas, Jaden Blue is down there. And, of course, they picked up, was it Javonte Williams? Mm-hmm. So do you have Williams or Blue? And I could see, toss up there. I can see that.
That one I can see.
But that makes sense, in the sense that when you start talking about must-haves, when, hey, we're getting this guy, I'm drafting this guy, but the must-have is, like Charbonnet up in Seattle. Mm-hmm. I can see where if you got, what is his name, Walker?
Walker, yeah.
If you got Kenneth Walker, then you got to have him. It's like, okay, make sure, because Walker does get hurt. And,
right.
And Charbonnet is not, Charbonnet's going to play. Even if he's not hurt, he's going to play. So I can see those. Ricky Pearsall, this is what I was talking to you about earlier. See, for me, it just, must have, and I was thinking of must have. I could see if you could get Pearsall late in the draft or something like that. Yes, pick him up. He's, I think things are going to look a little different in San Francisco this year. And I am still on the Ayuk is going to be moved. I think so, but I like Pearsall. I like I can't think of the other guy's name who was all world for a little while when Ayuk got hurt.
Jennings.
Because Jennings had that 1 week he scored like a ridiculous amount of points. It was crazy, and all these people had him sitting on their bench. It was insane. Now, here's the thing. What is this? Matthew Golden. So Matthew Golden and Jordan Love. So one of the things in Green Bay is that they have those three, the three guys, right? And I don't know if they still have them all there or not. But they always seem to get hurt. It's like they're on the injury thing all the time. And now I'm thinking that Jordan Love, excuse me, really. I was trying to hold that yawn back. It was coming, and I couldn't do it. But Jordan Love and Matthew Golden, when I think about them, I'm thinking about how we all felt Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. were going to be. Now, what Marvin Harrison Jr. had a great game, and then you didn't see him at all, like next week or so. But I'm thinking that Golden, from what I hear, because I hadn't seen him play, but from what I'm seeing and I'm hearing, that I think maybe we talk about stacks and things like that. That might be a nice, that could. I think it'll be later in the year. I don't think it'll be at the beginning of the year. But if you could finesse that, because I believe, Matthew. Well, they will both be drafted in all leagues. Matthew Golden and Jordan Love. I don't know exactly where, but they'll both be drafted. And but that might be something, some sort of a little stash that people want to say, you know what? I got Golden. Maybe I'll just go ahead. My backup QB would be, Love. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could see that. That may be something that works out in the end. And this other thing about going on in Jacksonville, I see that people say, it must be time for me. When? It must be that time. But Travis Etienne, huh?
I was going to say we're about an hour and 15 in.
Go ahead. Travis Etienne, again, might be one of these people who gets moved. I just don't know where. If you're going to move him, who needs a running back right now? I can't. Offhand.
Pittsburgh.
Offhand, I can't think of it. Pittsburgh needs a running back. You know what? Let's look at it.
In my mind, they do. Everybody's sold on Warren and I don't know who else they have.
Yeah, let's see.
But in my opinion, I think they need a quarterback.
They need one
running back.
They are Warren and Johnson.
Did they draft one?
It's got Caleb Johnson. Is Caleb Johnson a rookie?
That I don't know.
Yeah, he is. 3rd round pick out of Iowa. Okay. Caleb Johnson. So that's who they have then. Oh, they have Kenneth. Do they have Kenneth Gainwell too? I think they do.
Oh, they got Gainwell from
Philly. From Philly. Yeah, from Philly. They have Jalen Warren, Caleb Johnson, Kenneth Gainwell, and Trace Sermon. Sermon. So, they
got Sermon. Okay, no, I guess they don't need a running back.
I was going to say, though,
picked up Sermon.
Even if does Travis Etienne make them? Well, see, I'm looking at the quarterback situation again, right? It's like you want the guy, but because he's a pass catcher out of the backfield, but you got nobody to throw in the ball yet. And I guess Mason.
So it's Gainwell.
That's true. You're right. So that means that would mean that no, not them. And Jacksonville drafted a running back, so they are. What about What about the Raiders? What about the Raiders?
As a backup to
Yeah.
Genty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. They did draft him. He probably wouldn't want to go there.
Yeah, that's like I said. They did get him. They're not going to pay him. Not much.
And they have Mostert. They still have Zaire White and McCormick.
Oh, so, they picked up Mostert too? Oh, they're not going to get him then.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it. So that, I mean, it becomes a thing, right? Because at best at this point, I'm looking at the AFC, you're talking about moving on and being a backup somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't see anybody.
Just let the rich get richer in Kansas City.
That's true. That is true. Okay, so you did say we're about an hour and 50 minutes, an hour and 20 at this point.
Yeah.
I did not ask. I will ask one of my non-football related questions.
Shoot.
So here's the question. Do you always bring something when you're invited to a dinner party?
I try to.
You try to, okay.
But it's not always food. I usually bring something to drink.
Right. Well, see, here's the thing. In my head, I think people are coming to a dinner party, they bring a bottle of wine, right? But here's the thing, I don't drink at all. So one, I don't know what
I do.
I often don't know what to bring, because here's the thing. I will say this: I'm not going to necessarily show up with a sun kiss. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not doing that. But I mean, whether or not you want the wine or not, it's yours. I like Big O for what his wedding gift to me over 20 years ago was a bottle of wine that has never been opened. Really? I mean, I have it.
Don't drink wine either?
I don't drink anything, and no alcohol at all.
Your wife doesn't either?
She might taste stuff. Like, I think, like this weekend, I think her sister ordered like a margarita. She tried it.
Okay.
But I don't. And it's not, it's just, the thing is that I think I have passed my window. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never drank before. So to drink now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Because it was kind of bad, because I know when I had my surgery and they ask all the questions, and then when I woke up, they were like, look, anytime they ask you, how much, it don't take much for you. You be. So they knocked me out. I don't know how much. It wasn't much. So they put me out pretty cold. So yeah, I'm looking now. I have no tolerance. So like, I don't need to start now. I might get myself in a whole lot of trouble.
So if I ever go to a dinner party at your house, I know not to bring drinks.
Do not bring drinks unless you want to take it back with you. So you buy yourself something that you want to have while you're there, and then take it back.
Right. Okay.
Now I will say this. Now I do cook with like beer. Like if I'm making brats and they're making like beer cheese or something like that, or I'm boiling something. Yeah, I mean, that I will do. I because that's, you can't pass that up. But I'm cooking with it. It's, the alcohol's gone. But yeah, I never have. So here's the thing, FYI to everybody, as I look right into the camera. You can bring the Sunkiss to my house. I will not live at all. I would be much appreciative, as a matter of fact. So,
Got it.
but let's see where we at. We are 1 hour, 1 hour and almost 30 minutes in. So, I Hey Girlfriend and Big O took an extra week. Girlfriend had her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And Big O, I will probably send a text when I get off of here. So just to see what's going on and make sure he's all right, because I always got to check on that. But other than that, you got anything before we bounce?
Just a, I don't know if we touched on it or not, but a quick shout out to Raul Havana. He touched in at YouTube, so shout out to you.
Oh, did he?
Comment. Yeah, he put a comment. Browns have agreed to retire Sanders' number after he fails to make the practice squad. So, obviously, he don't have high hopes for Sanders.
Oh man, Restream, you let me down. Restream let me down today. But shout out to Raul. All right.
That was all.
Well, okay. All right. Well, until next week, guys. We'll see y'all then. Peace out.